What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Twist, back to you with another video, another banger. Right? The full moon is in Aries. The full moon is in Aries, y'all. The full moon is in Aries. Take action, right? Take action. The full moon is in Aries, so I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. It's about to get tense. A lot of tense emotions are gonna happen. A lot of tense reactions are gonna happen. A lot of tense emotions are gonna occur. You know, you're probably gonna get into a little bit more debates. You're gonna be more diplomatic. You're gonna get into a little bit more debates. You're gonna get into a little bit more I wouldn't say arguments, but you might bump heads with people. You might be very passionate about things. You might find yourself doing things, taking action, just doing things. If you're not a person that usually do things, you're probably going to be doing way more things. If you're a person that does do things, you're going to do even more things, right? But Mars is in Libra, which is the opposite of Aries. Therefore, the energy and the high energy tension and the tense situations are going to be even higher. So really think about that. You are about to go through a lot of tense situations, a lot of tense emotions coming into this energy. And I know that it's probably been happening to you leading into this energy, but now leading out of this energy, it's going to be the same thing, maybe even more intense. Also, there's another moon in the air, which is causing storm surges, which is causing crazy things to happen in the water. But if stuff is happening to the water, right, and it's that crazy, what is it doing to you, right? And I know a lot of people's energy's been out of whack. I know a lot of people emotions been out of whack. And so, I don't have really, bad news, but I do have news that, it's going to get a little bit more intense. So prepare for it. Make sure that you are transmuting energy. Make sure that you are transmuting energy. Transmuting energy is an important thing. Make sure you're taking your negativity, whatever it is, and turn it into positivity. And that's why we're going to speak today about Lilith, right? Lilith is your shadow self, right? It reveals your personality, like hidden personality or taboo parts, things that you keep secret to avoid, criticism or rejection, the hidden side, right? Your shadow self, right? So the best way to look is to figure out what your Lilith is, right? And knowing that that's your shadow self, you have to face it. You have to almost surrender to it and face it and compromise, right? Because you cannot have good without bad, right? And that's even energetically within yourself. You have balance within yourself. There's a shadow self and there's a higher self, right? And both of them have to compromise, because when you get mad, you can lean on your shadow self, and that would be you leaning into your impulsivities. And then you got your higher self, which is you leave it with grace. So you're frustrated, instead you leave with grace, love, peace, right? And it's very hard to choose that. And it's very hard to compromise with your shadow self. But to be aware of your shadow self is half the job. It's half of the compromising. So be mindful that you guys are in the knowing of what it is that you have to do for your shadow self, and what you have to do for your healing, and what you have to do for your progression spiritually, right? Because physical growth, and when I mean physical, I mean in the 3D, I mean like the material growth is nice, it's amazing, but spiritual growth is what's going to keep the foundation, right? So we're all about building foundation. So you guys, I want you guys to be mindful of the foundation you're building within this full moon, because a lot of things are going to show itself. Aries makes things happen, whether they be good or bad. A lot of things are going to show themselves. A lot of people, a lot of things are going to take action. So just be mindful of what it is that you are putting into the energy, or what it is that you're putting into the air, Yeah. And now let's get back into the full moon. Okay, so the full moon, since it's in Aries, right? It's giving very impatient, right? You've probably been impatient leading up to this. Something you asked for probably last full moon, if you did, or if you didn't, or whatever you've been asking for, you're almost feeling impatient, like it's not going to happen. But the full moon's in Aries, which means things are going to start happening. the phoenix will rise, right? That's the best way to put this. The phoenix will rise, right? Things will start happening for you. You will start seeing progression. If you've been feeling stagnant, you're gonna start to feel some progression. If you've been worrying, the worries are gonna disappear. In the negative aspect, if you've been taking negative action, you're probably gonna start to have to go through lessons. Your lessons are gonna start to manifest themselves, and you're gonna be in and out of lessons within these couple days, and maybe 4 on until the next energy shift. But yes, this energy shift is a lot, because upcoming to it, you have to cleanse, and your energy cleanse for this. And me just thinking, I think that if you're gonna have to cleanse for a full moon being in Aries, it means a lot of things are gonna happen, whether it be with you or the world. But a lot of things are gonna take place, and I just want you guys to be mindful and stay grounded. Make sure you go into nature, heal yourself. Heal yourself with nature. Make sure you do things you need to do. Make sure the emphasis of healing, right? Because Aries is one of them things where it's a lot of action being taken place, so you don't know which angle that is going to come from, because it's impatient energy, which is impulsive. So you don't know where it's going to come from, but you know it's going to come from somewhere, right? And leading up to today, I know that the energy's been very passionate, and a lot has been going on, and it's almost like, whoa, like so much. It's been overwhelming, especially if you missing someone, or you're thinking about someone, or you're loving someone, or you're caring for someone. Everything is intense right now, emotional wise. Therefore, we're also in Libra season, where things will be spoken about and spoken up about. So that energy that you're feeling, it's almost, it's building up for the next couple days, and a lot will happen, but you're prepared for it. If you wasn't prepared for whatever is going to happen, you wouldn't be going through it. But yeah, so a lot of things will be probably harping on your emotions. So be mindful of what's harping on your emotions. Be mindful of what you say, what you eat, and what you do during this time, because all actions probably will be highly accounted for, right? Actions are intentional in the full moon in Aries. So make sure that your actions are intentional. Also, be mindful of what's going to go down. Like, some things are going to be amazing. Some things are going to be crazy. Your emotions are going to be out of whack. So make sure that you have full control over your Lilith or your shadow self. Make sure that you are making amends with your shadow self. That's important. Make amends with your shadow self. But I got to get out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Live, laugh, twist.